Getting set up. Oh God, everything is different. I got a new desk and everything's just like slightly off. I didn't want to like continue to like delay all of this. So, turn that down. So you guys ever have one of those days where you're just frenetically trying to get everything done and you think you have way more time than you actually do? I came back, I was like cat sitting for my parents and had to drive like an hour and a half to drop like a yowling cat off, come back. And then I was like, okay, cool, relax, whatever. My new desk came in and I thought it was going to be a bit bigger. It's still an upgrade, but I'm going to have to like get some extra stuff going just to make this whole setup work. But it's from Temu, and I've never had good luck assembling Temu things, and this was no exception. So I'm gonna have to get some extra things just to like make me feel a little less like cramped. But it took a while. But damn it, we are here. But yeah, so Sunday, Super Bowl day, so it's probably going to be a shorter stream. I wanted to have this go off like almost an hour ago, but I was just stuck uh, trying to assemble all of this stuff. So yeah, it's going to be pretty sure. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah, no, I was like, it's perfect. I have a clear cutoff. It was going to be like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours worth of streaming and then on to the Super Bowl. But this damn Temu desk, I'll put it in the Discord, like what the new one is, but like everything's so much cramped. I have more like storage, I guess, but less time to like move around. Not to mention, I'm training again for like a marathon, and I'm in like a condensed plan. So yesterday I did like a 10-mile one. So all day today I've been just moving so slow because Texas is hot again. So it's just been like the perfect collusion of just like, yeah, good luck with that. But I didn't stream much last week trying to get that video out. That was one of those, I kind of pivoted. I had a bigger video I've been editing for a while, but it was supposed to be like a fantasy fitness thing, but then like I gained all my weight back over like the holidays, so I was like, all right, I'll just make this a longer video. So I was kind of in a rush just to get that last Isekai farming thing out. I have more of a lead on the other ones I'm working on, and I'm trying to like alternate it between just like short comedy thing, more video essay style thing, mixed in with like bigger deep dives. So hopefully the rest of this month goes smoothly, but I'm now like committed to like trying to release at least once a week. If I can ever get this stream to work the way I want it, I can do some clips and stuff, but that's its own thing. It'd be amazing if I was organized enough to like take this stream and like chop it down into like a smaller video to promote the stream. But that seems more ambitious the more and more I do this. It's all good though. So yeah, with the Super Bowl, I guess the main thing that I have been reading, because I am technically a book channel, is I picked up a bog standard Isekai. Another one of those ones where the title kind of like threw me off because I had seen it before. Oh yeah, I saw that, man. Appreciate it. Um, I don't know. Maybe that O grade I was reincarnated as a farmer, or actually no, I think Battle Mage Farmer would be up your alley, just because that's kind of like a very light progression with RPG, and I mentioned it in the video, but it reminds me a lot of like Brandon Sanderson. So if you like the Sanderverse, then I think you would enjoy it. But I think the next one's a little more broad. That's going to be like less niche isekai focused. I've been wanting to make a video on Beware of Chicken for a while, but I didn't want to like dedicate like an entire video to it, so it was just kind of a way for me to knock all these ones out. I am gonna revisit that. Oh, great! I was reincarnated as a farmer. Not for that one specific, but just Benjamin Gary, the guy who wrote it, is doing some really cool stuff. So he's one of those few that like actually address something that annoyed me, like if you are in a system and you level up and you gain attributes and stuff, that should affect how you like interact with the world or how you perceive the world. And he's like one of the few people that I've seen really do that. Um, Bog standard Isekai kind of has that in interesting ways, but it's more like class driven than attribute driven, and that's not like something you see in the first books. It's something that gets expanded on later. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's one of those rare, like, kind of slop books. I mean, it's not like slop per se, but I can listen to it or read it for an extended amount of time and not get tired of it. So there's like enough diversity, and it's written just good enough that I can like I'm on like book 4, and I think that's like the only thing other than my slow forays into Malazan I've been like working through. So another good one, more heavy in the lit RPG mechanics, so not everyone's cup of tea, but it's pretty solid so far. Yeah, I would do some art too today, but I'm you going Seahawks? I was gonna ask. I was so sad the Broncos didn't make it, just because like I lived in Denver and was following a few people on the team. I'm actually really excited to see. Normally I don't care, but the halftime show being as divisive as it is, I'm really excited just to see like what the reactions are and the idea of like the Super Bowl. It's like, oh, everything's so divisive. Who can we invite to calm things down? And it was like Green Day, right as they've been on like kind of a political tour. So I'm pretty excited just to see the internet's reaction or people lose their minds over someone doing like just a performance. Yeah, let me get this game loaded up. Yeah, I was really hoping to have more time to do something a bit more polished, but we're here. I'm so tired. So we're just gonna like jump into some Megabonk and hang out. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize like how big of a. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I had a friend who got a job and let's see, is it? I don't know if Microsoft is in Seattle. Maybe nearby. I don't know. I just know general Northwest, kind of near that region. But he went from like Texas to Seattle. But I think he was also like living as like a park ranger somewhere. Redwoods, I think. I've been there and like I like visiting, but I think the constant like rain. Maybe I've been just like uh, accustomed to like the Texas constantly hot and no rain thing, but the idea of like constant rain I think would bum me out. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna play it here, but there's a game I got into named Satisfactory that is. I only have 3 hours on my PC, but I think I'm up to like 30 hours on my PlayStation. If you ever like feel the urge to just like hyper optimize thing outside of it, I mean you're in tech, so I think you'd probably feel the same satisfaction. Okay, cool. But you're just basically like building these like really complex factories, and it led to me like spending hours watching like real life engineers talking about like the most efficient conveyor belt systems, manifolds versus sushi belts versus this. I kind of just got it, just something to like chill out to, but then I just got way too into it. Okay, I'm gonna get this loaded. I gotta update it. Doesn't I know Amazon somewhere up there has like their mega dome that kind of looks like a supervillain layer. I think Microsoft has like a really cool campus. I hate the idea of like I mean I'm not remote anymore, but when you're if you had such like a cool place to go to, I think that would be like really sick. I interviewed at USA once, and like they had like a huge campus, and it was like running trails, tennis courts. Nowhere near like the level of like Microsoft, but still like $1 billion company. And it was just like, oh, you can come here and never leave, which seems pretty awesome. But then I could just imagine any significant other just getting mad. It's like never leave, get there super early just to use their gym because their gym was like way nicer. Right, let me. That's right. I had that weird setup last time, I think. And go here, here. Yeah, so this was a game that when I played it, I realized it would unlock a crippling addiction if I kept playing it. So I'll probably just limit these to streams because the amount of time that flew by last time I was playing it was pretty insane. Damage tone. I forgot if I needed to upgrade anything. Yeah, I need to get back into following football. The college is really the only thing I have really done. I mean, this year I was watching the Broncos just because I had a lot of friends and like lived in Denver. But I always feel like I'm missing out because I always see the reactions and like I'll dip my toes in here and there just to see it. But just having something like regular to tune into would be pretty sick. Okay, let's see if I remember how to play. Oh, how's the, you said you were interviewing again? Have you had any luck with that yet? I'm kind of in a weird spot with my job, whereas I do want to get a new one, but I kind of want to like spearfish it this time just because I don't hate my job. So I've been like working on getting some cloud certs, like fill in all that missing stuff I don't have because I really haven't done a lot with like containers or some of these other things that like they're looking for. Every now and again there I'll see like a job that's just like perfect, but I'm not like quite ready to leave at that point. Oh, nice dude. Let's see. I'm gonna go for that damage tome because I think I saw that's how I get an unlock. But yeah, I've seen a few jobs that were like perfect for my skill set, but my those are always like, oh, start immediately, and like they'll get good ratings and everything. But I think once we get into like March, I'll start seriously looking for something new. I thought there was a cat behind me. It was just that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that in my job lately. I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer like more customizable stuff. Like honestly, Jenkins is kind of like what I'd say I'm like really good at. Uh, but if you do anything with like Ansible, you can do a really cool or make your life really easy. Just let's see, might be. If you do Ansible, you can like just create playbooks that do everything you'd like want it, really need it to do, and then you just call that inside of the shit. You can just like call them like directly from like via GitLab pipelines. So then like those will work both with like Bash and Windows. I mean, you have to manage that, but you're just writing YAML files at that point. Okay, give me 1 second. I ordered food and I at least want to get it out from outside, so I'll be right back. Oh, this bastard's gonna give me a straw. Oh god, cable management. Oh, but I think the trick with GitLab CI is you just, what do you call it? You can also just like list in shell commands, so if you're good with like Linux or like PowerShell, then you're just using it as like a wrapper for more of that stuff. I think I got greedy with just trying to get the damage tone too high. Should focus on like getting this build like weirdly overpowered. Yeah, the one thing though I don't like about GitLab runners is the infrastructure side. So if you're in a place that's not using like containers or where you can easily spin up VMs or on-demand runners, it's just kind of annoying trying to like load balance if you're having to support a bunch of applications. But that really, learning it isn't like a big issue. Yeah. I had to solve an issue because like they upgraded their GitLab runners last week, but like I think they didn't do it in place, so then like all the permissions were like slightly off. So then like the whole thing like didn't work just because like someone forgot permissions, but of course like figuring that out. Okay, nice. Yeah, no, really, if you're just able to like spin up them as you need, like I don't think this will be an issue learning it. Uh, but it's more like trying to like make it work. Just I'll do that. We're just going full crit. Just like working like a high available environment gets kind of weird, but just getting it to like do what you want, I feel like it's just a big win. Or like not even doing your pipeline, but just like getting it to execute anything is like a big win. Yeah, something I'm having to figure out now is because the CI/CD isn't like the standardized for everything. So some people, for whatever reason, have like really strong opinions on like GitLab and like using those type of like runners, while other people are like just fully on Jenkins. So like they want both, or they want one or the other. But the people who want to switch like want the customizability of something like Jenkins, but they are saying like, oh, we need to do this in GitLab, so then the pipelines become just way too complicated for what they need to be. Yeah, I mean the pipelines themselves, like just to do like a build, whatever, like isn't like too insane. So it's like the setup's really annoying, but once you figure that out, I feel like it's pretty easy to like just pick up like what you need to know for it. But that's kind of like in that weird DevOps field, everyone like it's like, oh, like know this, but then you don't really need it. Damn. Yeah, it's a little more codey than like GitLab because that's just like YAML and it's like organized in a specific way. So you don't really need to know how to code. I mean, you do probably want to be able to scripts for that. But Jenkins is like Groovy, which is basically like a scripty version of Java. And it kind of works that way. You don't really need it. You can just like run like shell, same thing you do that way. But because a lot of it's open source, a lot of the plugins like may or may not be maintained. So then like when you get to the point where you have to like write your own plugins, it gets kind of crazy. Maybe I was on through too. But it's really nice just with how customizable it is because I think you can just do, well, you can do a lot more with Jenkins than with GitLab, but GitLab is cleaner. And when it's like people are asked like, hey, like when we merge to here, we want to like go straight into like this environment and not have to trigger it. Where like Jenkins, I feel like it's easier to mess up. So then like the developers get involved because they're like, oh no, I don't know what branch I'm on. And I said I wanted to check out this branch and deploy it. But then I accidentally deployed it to like prod. It's a lot harder to like mess that up with GitLab. But like if you set up enough like parameters and stuff, it's I generally prefer it. Honestly, I think the best thing is to like get enough GitLab where you can call or like do all the building like on the runner and then like use something like Ansible with like Jenkins or just Ansible to like handle all the deployment stuff. But that kind of like automation and stuff is probably like where I specialize in. So I think for me, it's just easier to wrap my head around. Before I was doing any of that, I was like writing my own like custom software like tools. So using like kind of a built-in one was like a big nice thing for me because I wasn't having to like custom make all these like different type of plugins for whatever RM software they were using. Yeah. Trying to make this guy beefier. You're gonna do anything for the Super Bowl or just like casually watch it? just keep going regen, I guess. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's something I haven't messed around with as much, but I do want to get into that. We're supposed to do some kind of like huge cloud migration, and they're just going to open like a giant sandbox for us and kind of just do proof of concepts. But I'm all for just like configuration as code. It'd be great if I didn't have to like go through a third party to set up environments. I had to help a developer. Okay, that's cool. Fun. But I had to help a developer the other day. What do I want? I'll just go defense, honestly. Where it was like the issue was how they set up their what do you call it? Their authentication, where they needed someone to like open ports and do this and that, and they had like forgotten they had like requested that. So then like I had to spend like maybe 2-3 hours like looking at their code to realize like, oh, like this got updated. You guys maybe want to maybe you guys want to upgrade this before saying it's the infrastructure that's causing your issue. Yeah, I'm probably going to put it on here, just casually watch it while I work on some art stuff. I think I mentioned it, but I started this challenge where I have to draw 100 heads in like 10 days, kind of 10 heads a day. And 10 doesn't sound that bad, but it's getting to the point where like I'll have to spend like 2-3 hours just to get that, just 10-15 minutes at a time. And then I'm trying to like actively get better too, so like doing it and having it like suck, I'm like, I'm spending 20 minutes on this. Just, I don't know if I'm gonna actually hit the 10 days or not, but just sitting down and doing something like 100 times, like it'll definitely like be better at the end of it. Or at least hopefully it's better. I feel like I heard a cat behind me. It's kind of funny, the cat that I was cat sitting, it's the brother to my white cat, Mister. And normally he's like super chill, but like I've only seen him really in like, don't die, in his own environment. But whole time he's just super skittish and like driving back. Like when my mom dropped him off, it was like, oh yeah, no, he was so like nice, like didn't have any meowing, whatever, and he was just like yowling in the back seat entire time, and I had to like reach over to like have, I don't know if you can see him. This guy's brother. You're alive. But I had to like reach back and drive basically one-handed for like an hour, just because like if my hand wasn't near him, he'd freak out and just start yowling. I guess it's like one nice thing about this new desk. I'll put a picture in the Discord, but there's actually now like space for like cats to kind of like look around and not get over everything. I might put it on my computer. I have so much cable management I need to do. This doesn't have like the same holes as my old desk, which is unfortunate. My monitors too are like super cramped. But I felt sad because I was like, shit, I gotta like stream. Let me just like crank all this stuff together. But The back of my computer is disgusting. Damn. I like how it says like top 85%, not bottom quarter. Okay. I also got an air fryer today, so I'm kind of excited to like pull that out. I keep seeing these crazy recipes for like keto carnivore sweetbread. Some crazy dude did tuna. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever played like Vampire Survivor or anything. It's a very similar vibe with more to do. Um, like when you get overpowered, it's amazing, and then it's just pure dopamine. Um, I think right now my problem is I'm trying to get unlocks rather than just build something like fun. I think I would rather, like, if I had to choose like a game to unwind with, I'd probably do something like Satisfactory or do like another replay of like I have a Cyberpunk playthrough going on right now, and then I've been wanting to get back into Baldur's Gate, but I think next time I do Baldur's Gate, I want to get some friends together or like get like an online group just to just get like a campaign going because it's fun watching other people play it. But I think they added a bunch of new content and new endings and everything. So it's also kind of crazy. So Sanderson, he got I don't know if this is tied to Apple or not or a separate thing because like uh, Apple just got like the rights to all of his stuff, but he has final say on everything, which I'm really excited about because seeing his reaction to Wheel of Time, like I guess like even as like polite as he was, they like just kind of wanted him to like put the stamp of approval on it, so like nerds would watch it, myself included. But then they really didn't take any of his advice to like how the characters worked. But right now, Mistborn is knock back is currently having a video game adapted for it, but the game studio hasn't been confirmed yet. So it's gonna either be Larian Studios, you know, the guys who did Baldur's Gate 3, or Naughty Dog, which did The Last of Us. So it's like either gonna be like an extreme like story based thing if it's like Naughty Dog, which honestly I'd rather have Larian adapted because I'm sure they would have a lot of fun with the Mistborn Cosmere dynamics or mechanics. But either way, I like pretty happy with like both of those studios. I'd worry more about Naughty Dog like kind of going their own direction with it, but you know, with Sanderson getting final say with Apple, I'm sure like the pool they'd have with like a video game studio would probably be pretty huge. Uh, but yeah, much like the books I've been reading, this game is basically slop, but it's fun slop. Though weirdly enough, like the streams, I haven't done the things I want to like make it bigger and like get a bigger audience. But when I streamed this last time, um, and like the metrics, it was kind of like crazy. I saw that I got like way more views than normal on a stream, which like almost never happens. Just Megabonk in the title, and I think my last stream I played it had something like 300 views. So I was like, okay, I'll play Fun Slop if it gets me more exposure. Well, see, I'm gonna right now. it's kind of like waiting on uh, my Malazan to like pick back up and get back with that going because that's been overdue for a long time. Uh, I had next planned to do a whole deep dive into the cyberpunk universe because there's a lot of like books and graphic novels that are all attached to cyberpunk. So I'm pretty excited about that, just because that universe I think is like could be explored a lot more and be a lot of fun. But after that, I really want to do a Cosmere like deep dive. I mean, there's like something like 50 books like on there, but doing like a huge video essay style thing for it would be a lot of fun. I made a video a while ago where I was just talking about like different implications of like twin board compounding. Um, and like that got a surprising amount of views. So it was back when I still used like a web camera for my stuff. So it was not the best quality, and it was still in like that first year of YouTube before I kind of figured out like how I like to edit and everything. So I kind of want to go back and start making like Cosmere related things, but I might just like wait to get caught back up before I start making a bunch of extra content, or at least in that universe. The new Dresden Files book was really good, and that kind of made me want to do like a whole like reread deep dive into the Dresden Files. The other fun thing that I saw was what was it? The I don't remember. Sad. What was that? Dresden Files. Good God, that just like completely exited my brain. Did you just read the first book, or did you push through the series? I definitely preferred the Stormlight Archives to Mistborn. I think I liked his era 2 a bit better because I feel like the power was a bit more limited in scope um, and kind of like more fun like playing with like the magic system. But if you ever have seen his like roadmap for like what he wants to do with the Mistborn, I think each era of Mistborn is supposed to get like more and more like a different one. So like the first one's kind of set in that like more uh, more fantasy type thing. The second one was like kind of steampunky, but they're supposed to have like a full cyberpunk one, and I think the last era is supposed to be just like full space opera, which I'm really curious like what he plans to do with that, with like his allomancy system and everything. But the way he's planned it, you're supposed to just have like a giant like convergence of just everything, the ultimate Sanderlanche, all of his books and all of his universe coming together. It does get better because that he had done Elantris and Warbreaker, and I think Mistborn was his first like breakout. I mean, that's what got him to finish the last Will of Time. Bread and juice. But I think there is a reason why, like, for a while, like, on Reddit or anyone like that was, like, everyone's, like, go-to recommendation. Like, I don't think it was great, but it was, like, an interesting concept and, like, executed fine. It would be weird to try to do like a reread of that though, just because like I've seen like where Sanderson has gone, and he's definitely gotten like better as a writer. Let's see. God, I need to find the boss. But it's worth reading too, like if you are into like the Stormlight, because I guess most of his work, because he does do tie-ins with the rest of the universe. So like in the like books 3, 4, 5, Stormlight, they had a lot of like characters from the other ones come together, and like if you've read the Mistborn, it kind of leads to like really epic moments because it's like, oh, here's like this really like awesome character from like the first one, and like Mistborn Era 2 set in the future, and it's like, wait a second, he's here, what? Okay. Let's get this guy going, so. I got greedy. I forgot, I think this dude just needs like crazy movement speed. Let's try to spam this shit. But yeah, even if you don't read it, I know some other people have done like synopsis videos on it, so you should at least like kind of see like what happens in it, because you might not get the same level of like emotional like epicness for like some of these like big like moments in it. It still is kind of like fun just to see where everything's connected. Damn, I got greedy again. Some mocking. One thing I have noticed about this game is like the armor, like different ones. Like I had a blast playing Calcium and Sir Rufy. I haven't quite figured out the best way to play this dude yet, but I need that for to unlock some other characters. I do like his music though; it's pretty sick. I want to say book 4 was pretty peak. I think it was like peak enough that everyone got mad at him for like the most recent book, because I think that took like a whole emotional turn. That's been on my to read for a while now. I'm just gonna make this a baby boy. All that evasion for nothing. I will figure this character out. Why, yes. Arm, what I need. Switch to music. Ah, shit. Okay, I'll finish this game. And then I'll probably sign off. I should be able to do a Wednesday stream. And I'll have that like a bit more planned out. Try to get like a longer one going. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be traveling next Saturday on, so there might not be any streams until the following Sunday. But I will have a video I'm looking to release Saturday. If I can get ahead, I might have 2 videos, but we will see. One of them I'm doing is kind of like the last one that I did. So it's going to require like a bit more editing to get it where I want it to be. First time I played this dude, I got like a really good RNG, so I was like nothing but like damage projectiles and like movement speed, so I was just like flying, just constant projectiles. I have yet since to have that level of luck. Nice. I should probably find out what that does. Okay. Okay, I think now I have a enough to like find the boss. Okay, let's go this way. Take it. Hell yeah. Once again, movement speed would be very nice. I think I actually had a game where like I just got like really overpowered like immediately, and then I was able to kill the boss. I think like under 2 minutes. It's funny, I like the idea the developer had, because I mean, there's like a few games that are like this, but I haven't seen any 3D games like it. So just like the idea that you could like just find something that's like pretty popular, that does well, general game loop concept, like you already have all that figured out, and just like bring it to 3D. I mean, I love the game, it is kind of jank, but I think that kind of like adds to the appeal of it. And like you'll definitely get that like 3D trying to like optimize like from here. I made when I was in my computer science degree a like Call of Duty like ripoff, where like I made my own zombies, and if you like hit the zombies like just right, they would all T-pose and spin and get like super speed. And that could be bad, but I like to thought of it as a feature because like the ridiculousness of like dancing T-posing zombies like coming at you supersonic like added a fun level of challenge. Oh, hell yeah. Damn. Could say the one time I'm not like immediately dying. 3-0 Seahawks. Nice. Okay. I think I have enough going on to like take a good stand. Oh, nope, never mind. Damn, that jump though. So 3 minutes. Okay. See, this run might be coming to an end. Yeah. I need one of those magnet things because I know I'm like killing a lot of enemies. I'm just not fast enough to like loop back for any of these. Okay. Okay, yeah, sorry for the late start. I don't think I'll have to assemble a brand new desk again anytime soon. I will be coming back on Wednesday, most likely. Not Friday. We'll see if I can like do like a Tuesday, Thursday thing just to make up for it. But there's gonna be a week, the 14th through whatever that Saturday is, that I'm gonna be out of town, so no streams then. But I do have regular content back again. I don't think this is one I could really edit into a video, but it's fun. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. I will upload into the Discord just the shenanigans of this new setup. And yeah, take it easy everyone. Enjoy the Super Bowl. See if I could see. Oh my god.